If you look at the physical nation of Israel today, you can see that God keeps His word. Thus saith the Lord, that are really from the Lord, they're true. Man, these people have been scattered for thousands of years, but in our lifetime, in our parents' lifetime, they have been restored physically to that nation in the Middle East. And so God is keeping promise, even though He's done something completely new, which Amos is prophesying about. He's instituted a new covenant in the meantime. God is still keeping His promise, even the ones that He made in the old covenant, even to His old covenant people, because they have not yet returned to Him. But they will return to Him, and in the 11th hour, just before the midnight hour. Just like the parables of Jesus say, just like the life of Joseph and other people's, illustrate. In the midnight hour, those people will come back to Jesus. When the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled, then the Jews will see the Lord. They will recognize God and they will come back. And so, even though they've been spread everywhere, God says not one grain is going to fall upon the earth. When I see the nation of Israel, I think how good God is and how trustworthy He is in my own personal life. Think about any word that the Lord's ever given you. If not one grain falls to the ground, that means not one sentence, not one letter in any sentence God's ever spoken over your life will fall to the ground if you will just but follow. I'll tell you what, right now, there's a lot of words that the Lord's spoken to you that even if you don't follow, they still will come to pass. Most of those, however, tend to fall in the category of the ones that we don't always want to come to pass. So it's better to get on God's side and say, Lord, everything that you've said about me, that's for good. I know, Jeremiah said, the plans I have for you, plans for you to prosper, plans for you to have an expected end, plans for your dreams to come true. I know those plans. Those are my plans, and those are the plans that I want to come to pass. And if you just move with God, you don't have to know much about it. Just say, yes, Lord. God, you said this, I agree. I say, man, those things will come to pass. Verse 9 says, not the least grain shall fall upon the earth. I'll tell you, not the least of the words for this church will fall if we just keep our eyes on Jesus. And say, Lord, not our way, not our programs, not what some other church is doing, not what somebody said is successful, not what somebody said the latest thing is, not what the latest round of sermons, are on the internet. We can't do those things. We have to do God's things. I think at the end of the day, one of the hardest things for us to do is just stop, quiet our flesh, and yield to God. And it's so much easier to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Even today, 2011, it's so much easier. Just reach up there and pluck one of those things because, it's something that makes sense to me. I think God does things like this. That's how a lot of Christians live. And they walk around it looks very intelligent, eating on an apple, biting an apple, wearing their small bifocal glasses, little professor's goatee. I think. It's not what I think, it's what God thinks. It's the tree of life that we want to eat from, man. Who's the tree of life? Jesus is the tree of life. He was the tree. He's the illustration. He's in the middle of the garden. He's the one that walked with Adam and Eve in the garden. He's the one that came down in the cool of the evening. He's the one that interjected His will and their will and His will. They were all morphed together, man. And they were just walking in unison. Jesus, just eat of the tree of life. Just keep hanging on to Jesus. This is why when Jesus came, the people that recognized Him, they just did one thing. They just did whatever it took to get to Him. There was always the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. There was always a religious institution somewhere. There was always a new doctrine. There was always a new teaching. But the people that got something from Jesus in the four Gospels, what did they do? Simply came to Jesus. Thinking of the woman with the issue of blood. What did she do to get such a great miracle? She just reached out and touched the hem of His garment. Knowing that the hem, of a rabbi's garment, a hem of a priest's garment had healing promise in it. It was sewn into it. You could read in there the name of Yahweh. And so they knew, man, this is God. Grab the hem of that garment and I'll be changed. Grab onto Jesus and I'll be all right. It doesn't matter who I am. It doesn't matter if it's been 12 or 18 years. It doesn't matter what people think of me or what my reputation has become. The only thing that matters is, can I get a hold of God?